dreams. Those dreams are for India, but they are also for the world.
Honorable Principal, distinguished guests, respected professors, and my dear friends. Someone somewhere once said, great countries have great history. Graceful histories are written with great pains and struggles. Great were those who fought to bring this day in India's history. Good afternoon and warm greetings to all present. This is your host, Soumya Shalini Bilung,
And this is Tanusha Rathor.
and on behalf of our respected principal, professors, and students of Jesus and Mary College, we welcome you all to the 75th Independence Day celebration. And this time, we are not only celebrating the 75 years of independence, but we are also celebrating the laurels of Olympic 2020. We all have been following it, but let me remind you that it all started with Mirabai Chanu bringing home the first silver. And finally, the 23-year-old lad, Neeraj Chopra, making history and bringing home the gold. And before we proceed any further, we request everyone to kindly mute themselves, and it would be wonderful if we only use the chat box to show our appreciation for the wonderful performances lined ahead. Thank you.
हमारे देश के 75वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस को, जिसे पूरा देश आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के रूप में मना रहा है, आप सबके साथ कॉलेज में खूब जोर शोर से मनाने का हम सबका बहुत मन था, मगर इस माहौल में भी हमारा जोश और देश प्रेम कायम है.
Exactly, Tanusha. And talking of patriotism, I have come to a humble understanding that it is much more than supporting your team on the pitches of cricket, but quite massive. Something like our forefathers had practiced 75 years ago and beyond.
बिल्कुल सौम्या, मोहल्लों को साफ रखने वाला भी देश प्रेमी है और सरहद पर लड़ने वाला भी देश प्रेमी है. आजादी की आवाज उठाने वाला भी देश प्रेमी है और अपनी कलम से सच लिखने वाला भी देश प्रेमी है.
And with this, may we now invite our respected principal, Dr. Sandra Joseph, to kindly commence our celebration with ma'am's ever-guiding insight. Ma'am, please do us the honor.
Thank you very much. A very good afternoon to one and all. On this auspicious occasion of India's 75th year of independence, let me wish each of you a journey of hope, courage, and confidence to go forth and forge a meaningful future for our nation. The future of India rests on every citizen of this country, and particularly on you, our young students, that you will carry with you wherever you go the conviction to offer your individual abilities, your strength, and your power towards the greater common good of this nation. As an institution of higher learning, Jesus and Mary Family is rooted in its vision and mission, wherein it envisions a just, humane, and inclusive society through providing transformative education. The college seeks to accompany and mentor students so that you develop as women of competence, compassion, and conscience, empowered with ignited minds and hearts. Cutting across all disciplines of courses on campus, it is our firm belief that along with your academic quest for knowledge and skill, you also imbibe values for life, such as commitment, integrity, and responsibility throughout your journey at JMC. It is unfortunate that you are not on campus over the last few months, which is definitely a setback in the pursuit of our goals. Nonetheless, I would like to believe that through our online mode of connecting with you, you will be enthused, encouraged, and inspired by your respective teachers and mentors. May this Independence Day be a time for promising ourselves to strive for a more just, peaceful, and humane India. On behalf of the management, faculty, and students of Jesus and Mary College, it is my pleasant duty to welcome and introduce to you the Honorable Miss Justice Manju Goel. Obtaining a master's degree in economics in 1966 and an LLB from the University of Calcutta in the year 1967, she started her career as a lecturer in economics for undergraduate classes and in the Teachers Training College between 1967 and 1970. In times when women were beginning to break gender stereotypes and the glass ceiling, it is remarkable to note that Justice Manju was the first lady to join the West Bengal Civil Services Judicial in 1970. She later joined Delhi Judicial Services in May of 1972 and was promoted to Delhi Higher Judicial Services in the year 1986. During her long tenure as judicial officer in Delhi Judicial Services and in the Delhi Higher Judicial Services, Justice Manju Goel worked as sub-judge, Metropolitan Magistrate, Presiding Officer of the Labour Court, Additional Rent Controller, Additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate, Additional District Session Judge and Secretary, Delhi Legal Aid and Advice Board, Judicial Member of the Appellate Tribunal for Electricity. She was also entrusted with administrative duties as judge in charge of the Patiala House Court and shared administrative duties of district judge from time to time. In 1994, she was elevated to the post of Registrar, Supreme Court of India for a period of 3 years. She was then appointed as the Honorable Judge of Delhi High Court on the 5th of July 2004, and Justice Manju Goel retired from service in the year 2007 as judge from the Delhi High Court. What an impressive profile she possesses. A much sought after resource person in the National Judicial Academy and Delhi Judicial Academy. She is trained in gender and law under the aegis of the British Council and has published several papers on Supreme Court cases in the Journal of the Delhi Judicial Academy and contributed to rich reading material prepared by the National Judicial Academy. A special word of welcome to Captain Gursimran Kaur, a former student of Jesus and Mary College. We are proud of you and your achievements, and we truly appreciate your commitment to serve the nation. We have two very great women joining us this afternoon, and I once again would like to thank them and welcome them in our celebration. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. It gives me great pleasure to introduce our chief guest for the day, Justice Manju Goel. Justice Manju Goel is a former judge of the High Court of Delhi. She completed her education in Calcutta and started her career as lecturer of economics for undergraduate classes and in Teachers Training College. She joined the West Bengal Civil Services in April 1970, and she was the first woman to join the judicial service. She joined the Delhi Judicial Services in May 1972 and was promoted to Delhi High Judicial Services in the year 1986. She was appointed as the Honorable Judge of Delhi High Court in 2004 and retired in 2007 as a judge from Delhi High Court. She was also appointed as Judicial Member, Appellate Tribunal for Electricity in 2007. She was a former member of Central Authority of the National Legal Services Authority, and presently she is the chairperson of the Committee for Preparation of Training Module for Legal Services Lawyers, Paralegal Volunteers and Probation Officers.
आपका यहाँ होना हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा सौभाग्य है मैम। सच में आप हर एक महिला जो इस क्षेत्र में आगे बढ़ना चाहती हैं, उनके लिए एक बहुत बड़ी प्रेरणा है। हम तहे दिल से आपका धन्यवाद करते हैं। अब मैं आदरणीय जस्टिस मंजू गोयल मैम को आमंत्रित करती हूँ कि वो आएं और हमारे साथ अपने अनुभव साझा करें।
Professor Sandra Joseph, Captain Gursimran Kaur, the learned faculty members, dear students, and all my friends. When I see these young faces in those small pockets in the computer, I go back to my own college days, which gives me a feeling of freshness, of freedom, of joy. You will recall these days later in your lives when you will tell your stories to your children or to your grandchildren. Please cherish these days spent in the college. You are so fortunate to have found a place in this great institution. I begin today's talk with greetings for Amrita Mahotsav of our Independence Day. This is a day of celebration, undoubtedly, but this is also a day of dedication. The tryst with destiny, which was just read out in the beginning, is something that holds good even today, as much as it was in 1947. And this tryst was not only for Jawaharlal Nehru or for Bapu, but this was the tryst for all of us to keep. Now, how do I dedicate myself to the country? That is one great question. And we have to find simple answers to these big questions. Simple answers are possible. Leo Tolstoy, the great Russian philosopher and writer, said the whole of Bible gives one commandment. That is commandment of love. Not the greatest commandment. He says, no. This is the commandment, the only commandment, that is to love. If you can maintain this one commandment, everything else will come in its due course. As the Bible says, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul and with all thy mind. This is followed by the second commandment, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. If only this one commandment is carried into effect, no other religion or ritual or dogma or philosophy is required to be adopted. Swami Vivekananda said, be good. That is the whole of religion. These small teachings have huge area that is covered by this simple message. It is like a seed that holds within it the great tree, or one may say even a forest. What can be one such simple principle that can guide in dedicating ourselves to the nation? And taking cue from these two great scholars, my formula is love. Love thy country, your motherland, with all thy heart, with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. In other words, be a patriot, be a good Indian. If we become patriots, and every one of us become patriot, every other thing will fall in place. Why do I teach in this college? To make good citizens of my students. If this be my idea of my work in college, and I love my country, can I ever take my work lightly? Why do I come to this college? Why do I seek education? To make a good citizen of this country. Can I take my studies lightly? Every hour, every minute of my presence in this college will be dedicated to my education. Someone who can make India proud. That is what I have to be. If I am a patriot, can I go corrupt as an engineer? Can I sell adulterated medicine to my fellow countrymen? This small principle, if is present in our mind all the time, we'll become great citizens of this great country. The result will be integrity, love, goodness, peace, and prosperity. Coming to a women's college, it will be appropriate to share some of my thoughts about womanhood. Every girl has a dream to be beautiful. Not her fault. All childhood stories tell us the girl was beautiful and the boy was brave. But there is something more important than beauty. That is health. Character is more important than even health. Your inner resolve, your capacity to pursue the right path, your capacity to strive in adversity, to hold on to your cherished values is what takes you ahead in life. From humble beginning to the top of the ladder, Indra Nui, Kiran Shaw, our fighter pilots, Bhavana Kant, Mohana Singh, Avani Chaturbedi, our Olympic heroes, Mirabai, Lovelina, Saina, Rani, and others too. Their story have one common thread, that is inner strength and resolve. None of them really had a cakewalk. The journey is arduous and the journey is long. But every long journey begins with a small step. We all talk of rights. As soon as one talks of women, one remembers right to equality, right against discrimination, etc., etc. We all have learned the chapter on fundamental rights. But do we have some duties too? We become non-serious when we mention duties. But our rights are incomplete without duties. If I have the right to education, the same will yield no result until I fulfill my duty to come to school. Very often there is a mismatch between rights and duties. How many of us remember that there is a chapter on fundamental duties in our Constitution? Article 51A, Chapter 4A enshrines the fundamental duties. They are 11 in all. I can see with the very mention of duties, the audience is becoming disinterested in my talk. But I cannot but mention one, simply one duty, which is 51AJ. This duty, again simple but loaded, to strive towards excellence. To strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. As a lawyer, I have learned to read things twice, things that matter. We must read them twice. To strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that the nation constantly rises to higher levels of endeavor and achievement. True equality is still not reached. Still there is discrimination. But the opportunities provided by the country are also enormous. Each one of us has to take care of this one fundamental duty, that is to strive towards excellence in our own individual activity. And that will lead us to break the limitations and reach higher and higher levels of performance and achievement. As Neeraj Chopra said, this gold is for the entire nation. Each one of us should have this resolve. Someday, it may not be a thing like a gold medal, but something I will do which will make the entire nation proud. If India has to become world leader, we all have to do our part. And we have to do that with honesty and endeavor. Each one of us has a small role to play in nation building. Select the role for yourself and be sincere to it. I have nothing more to say on this very auspicious day, the Amrit Mahotsav of our Independence Day. It is undoubtedly a day of rejoicing. 74 years is a long period. In this period, we have achieved a great deal. True, the tryst with destiny of removing every tear from every eye has still not been fulfilled. Hence, it is also a day of resolve for continuing the struggle. India did not look for freedom to replace the white elite by Indian elite. So long as a single citizen is deprived of food and shelter, education and livelihood, honor and respect, peace and comfort, and his right place in the social, political, and cultural life, our task will not be over. I end with the hope that we never forget our pledge. Following Swami Vivekananda, may I exhort you in the Vedantic way. Uttishtita, Jagrata, Prapka Balanya, Nibodha. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your encouraging and inspiring words. I am Himanshi
और मैं
Nathaniel,
एंजेलिना नथानियल,
your co-hosts for the event.
इतनी सी बात हवाओं को बताए रखना, रोशनी होगी चिरागों को जलाए रखना, लहू देकर की है जिसकी हिफाजत हमने, ऐसे तिरंगे को हमेशा अपने दिल में बसाए रखना। आप सभी को एक बार फिर से 75वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। हर देश के सैनिक उनके देश की शान होते हैं। सरहद पर हमारे लिए हमारी सेना हमेशा तैनात होती है। हम सोच सके चैन से इसका जिम्मा हमारी सेना अपने कंधों पर हमेशा लेकर चलती है। आज हमारे बीच में भी एक ऐसी वीर सैनिक मौजूद है।
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our guest of honor for the day, an alumna of Jesus and Mary College, Captain Gursimran Kaur, the Mechanical Transport Officer of Unit 523, ASC Battalion, who led the women soldiers of Assam Rifles in Kashmir, deployed at Sadhana Top on combat duty near LOC. Captain Kaur belongs to a military background and is the third generation military officer of her family. The Rifle Women, headed by Captain Gursimran Kaur, joined the duties to make a positive impact on the local population. जब देश में थी दिवाली, वो खेल रहे थे होली. जब हम बैठे थे घरों में, वो झेल रहे थे गोली. Now, I would like to invite her to take the stage and share with us a few words of wisdom.
Thank you so much, Himanshi and Angelina, for the very warm welcome. Thank you, Jesus and Mary College, for giving me this opportunity. I must start my speech by saying 2 stars on the shoulders are better than thousands of them in the sky. Good morning to one and all. I am Captain Gursimran Kaur, serving in the Indian Army, and it is my pleasure indeed to join all of you at this auspicious occasion of 75th Independence Day celebration at my very own Jesus and Mary College. I am privileged and immensely honored today, I must say, for receiving this opportunity to deliver the guest of honor speech on this very special occasion. At this very outset, on behalf of the chair, I want to wish the students and the faculty a very happy Independence Day. We are all privileged, I must say, to have been born in a free country. We're able to breathe in fresh air since our birth. On this day, we pay tribute to all the Indians who went through the struggle and fought back against the British government. As students of this distinguished college, tribute can be paid in our own ways. First of all, as students, I must congratulate all of you for having secured a seat in this prestigious college. I know how hard it is. Mind you, this is the very first step towards fulfillment of your dreams. And for a period of 3 years that you are here in this college, I hope that you can gather the best of knowledge and experience. I, being an alumnus of this college, 2011 to 2014 batch of the BA program, can say this with conviction that the teachers, the faculty of this college are available 24/7 for the welfare of the students. Jesus and Mary College gave me an opportunity to not only excel in academics, but also gave me a plethora of extracurricular activities to opt from. As the only woman officer having served at the border as a commander of a troop of Assam Riflewomen in the Indian Army today, I can say proudly that my professors in college made me what I am today. The confidence instilled in me by my teachers has helped me a long way. As a part of giving back to the college, I would like to extend help to the students of Jesus and Mary College. They are more than welcome to reach out to me at any given point of time if anyone wishes to join the armed forces or the paramilitary for that matter. And I must say that studying in a girls' college has given me so much confidence. One doesn't get to know while you're in college. When you go out and face the world, uh, especially the place where I am right now, it's a male-dominated space, and over there having a female leader, it has such an impact on the environment as well as the local population. My deployment in Kashmir at the border was to help the forces to get to know the locals better and vice versa. And me being a woman officer in a leadership position has helped a lot. Lastly, I wish the students and faculty the very best for your future. Sky is the limit. Reach for the zenith and Jai Hind.
Seeing and hearing our captain, I am reminded what Dr. Subhash Chandra Bose once said, and I quote, "One individual may die for an idea, but that idea will, after their death, incarnate itself into 1,000 lives." And this is what our captain is all about. Thank you so much, ma'am, and all the very best for your upcoming events.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, Soumya.
Thank you, ma'am.
सुंदर चांदनी से प्रकाशित रात वाली, खिले हुए फूलों और घने वृक्षों वाली, सुमधुर भाषा वाली, सुख देने वाली, वरदायिनी मेरी माँ। साहित्य सम्राट बंकिम चंद्र चट्टोपाध्याय हमारा राष्ट्रगीत लिखकर अमर हो गए। आइए इस कार्यक्रम की शुरुआत करते हैं उनकी इसी रचना वंदे मातरम से, हमारे संगीत संग तरन्नुम की आवाज में। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, सुजला सुफला मलयज शीतला, शस्य श्यामला मातरम, वंदे मातरम।
Excellent.
शुभ्र ज्योत्स्ना पुलकित यामिनी, कुसुमित द्रुमदल शोभिनी, सुहासिनी सुमधुर भाषिणी, सुखदां वरदां मातरं, वन्दे वन्दे मातरम् वन्दे मातरम्। इस सुरमयी प्रस्तुति के लिए आपका हृदय से आभार।
To rejoice in the freedom and independence of our nation, it is important for us to look back at our past, from where our journey began, and the countless sacrifices made by our fellow countrymen, and how we define our nation.
मैं तुम्हारी बात से भली भांति सहमत हूँ हिमांशी। इस देश के लोगों ने अपनी जान की परवाह किए बिना हिंदुस्तान के लिए अपने आप को कुर्बान किया। इस विषय में विस्तार पूर्वक हमारा ज्ञानवर्धन करने के लिए मैं हमारे सम्मुख पॉलिटिकल साइंस, हिस्ट्री और वुमेन्स स्टडी सेंटर की छात्राओं को आमंत्रित करती हूँ उनकी प्रस्तुति के साथ इंडिया एज अ नेशन एट 75। जहाँ चित्त भय से शून्य हो, जहाँ हम गर्व से माथा ऊंचा करके चल सके, जहाँ ज्ञान मुक्त हो, जहाँ दिन रात विशाल वसुधा को खंडों में विभाजित कर छोटे और छोटे आंगन न बनाए जाते, जहाँ हर वाक्य हृदय की गहराई से निकलता हो, जहाँ हर दिशा में कर्म की अर्ज सत्र नदी के स्रोत फूटते हों और निरंतर आबादित बहते हों, जहाँ विचारों की सरिता तुच्छ आचारों की मरुभूमि में न खोती हो, जहाँ पुरुषार्थ 100 टुकड़ों में बटा हुआ न हो, जहाँ पर सभी कर्म, भावनाएं, आनंदानुभूतियां तुम्हारे अनुगत हों। हे पिता, अपने हाथों से निर्दयतापूर्ण प्रहार कर उसी स्वातंत्र्य स्वर्ग में इस सोते हुए भारत को जगा। The seeds of resistance towards British imperialism were sown in the mid-19th century by Sidhu and Kanhu, who confronted the British colonial authority and the exploitative zamindari system. The next big blow to the foundation of British Empire in India was the Great Revolt of 1857, which is considered as one of the biggest armed resistance against colonialism in the 19th century. Surendranath Banerjee and Anand Mohan Bose formed the Indian Association in 1876, which served as the precursor to the Indian National Congress. INC was founded in 1885 and W.C. Banerjee served as its first president. The moderates within the Congress, like Dadabhai Naoroji, Justice Rana Dey, Badruddin Tyabji, and Firoz Shah Mehta, wanted reform of the legislative councils under colonial rule and believed in constitutional methods. On the other hand, the extremists like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, and Lala Lajpat Rai advocated mass agitations to achieve the goal of independence. The revolutionaries like Subhash Chandra Bose, Chandrasekhar Azad, Sukhdev Thapar, Bhagat Singh, Shivram Rajguru, and Batukeshwar Dutt, being frustrated by the outcome of the political activism of the leaders of the nationalist movement and the repressive measures of the government, took recourse to revolutionary activities against the government and its officials. These revolutionaries looted government to collect money and arms for an armed struggle against the British. The role of women in the Indian freedom struggle must not be forgotten. Women from all walks of life, all castes, all religions, and all communities courageously fought against the British forces, armed with patriotism, selflessness, valor, self respect, and heroism. Women played an instrumental role in freeing India from the clutches of the colonial powers. Among an overwhelming majority of men in the Indian Constituent Assembly was the assistance of 15 notable women with resilience of faith and formidable leadership. These women were Ammu Swaminathan, Dakshayani Vilayudhan, Begum Ezaz Rasul, Hansa Jeevraj Mehta, Kamla Chaudhary, Annie Masarine, Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, Suchita Kriplani, Leela Roy, Malti Chaudhary, Durgabai Deshmukh, Purnima Banerjee, Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, Renuka Ray, and Sarojini Naidu. They ensured equal rights for the women of India and condemned discrimination of the marginalized. These stupendous women, many being founders of a plethora of societies and organizations and active participants of the freedom struggle, added to the ink of the Constitution, making it even more inclusive and giving it a wider horizon. The father of our nation strongly believed in the ideals of Satyagraha, which is a combination of ahimsa and satya. He said that there are three pillars of Swaraj: non-violence, truth, and harmony. Gandhiji also advocated the 14-point constructive program, which consisted of communal unity, removal of untouchability, prohibition of foreign goods, promotion of khadi and other village industries, village sanitation, basic education, also focusing on adult education, education in health and hygiene, emancipation of women, promotion of national languages as well as regional languages, economic equality for all, farmers and their issues, labor and labor laws, tribal upliftment and rehabilitation, leprosy patients' health and betterment, and lastly, students' role and participation. Nehru's belief in the ideals of nation building, secularism, non alignment, Panchsheel, and Ambedkar's role as the father of the Indian Constitution, his act of annihilation of caste, determination to fight both external domination as well as internal oppression, laid the foundation of a new and bright India. The struggles for independence gradually started seeing victory. In 1946, the Constituent Assembly was formed under the Cabinet Mission Plan. The constitution makers clearly spelled out their commitment to justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. The chapter of an independent nation that commenced on 15th August 1947 is a kaleidoscope of national pride and lessons of dejection. Gandhi, Nehru, and Sardar Patel, along with other influential leaders, hoped and struggled for a united and peaceful India. Yet, the nation has found itself in the battlefield many times. There have been instances of communal disharmony, political changes, economic upheaval, and secession movements that have left a great impact on India's history. Yet India today has withstood all
to stand as the largest democracy in the world based in paramount values of tolerance, ahimsa, unity in diversity, and Vasudeva Kutumbakam. It is a journey of leaps and bounds, yet standing upright nevertheless.
वाह, बहुत खूब, बहुत उम्दा। इस प्रस्तुति के लिए मैं सभी छात्राओं का धन्यवाद करती हूँ। बापू अपनी लाठी के सहारे बिन लाठी के लड़ना सिखा गए। भगत सिंह बेखौफ शहादत से देश के लिए कर गुजरना सिखा गए। हर दशक उन 200 सालों का हर दशक उन 200 सालों का सिर्फ इनकलाब न था आजादी का। हर पल, हर मुहिम, हर मोर्चे में जन्म हुआ एक सच्चे राष्ट्रवादी का। इस बुलंद विचार से अब मैं आमंत्रित करती हूँ जेएमसी के एनसीसी गण को एकता और अनुशासन पर उनकी प्रस्तुति के लिए।
देश मेरे मेरी जान है तू। देश मेरे मेरी जान है तू। देश मेरे मेरी जान है तू। देश मेरे मेरी शान है तू। देश मेरे मेरी जान है तू। तुझ पे कोई गम की आँचें आने नहीं दो। तुझ पे कोई गम की आँचें आने नहीं दो। कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रही दो। कुर्बान मेरी जान तुझ पे शाद रही दो। ऐ वतन वतन मेरी आबाद रही दो। ऐ वतन मेरी आबाद रही दो। मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मेरी याद रहे तो। मैं जहाँ रहूँ जहाँ मेरी याद रहे तो। ऐ वतन मेरे वतन। अब जो भी हो शोला बन के पत्थर है पिलाना। अब जो भी हो बादल बन के पर्वत पर है छाना। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे कदमों से कदम मिलती है। हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के मिलते हैं। कंधों से मिलते हैं कंधे कदमों से कदम मिलती है। हम चलते हैं जब ऐसे तो दिल दुश्मन के मिलते हैं। लुका छुपी बहुत हुई समझिया जाना। कहाँ कहाँ ढूंढा तुझे थक गए अब तेरी माँ। आजा छोड़ी मुझे फिक्र ढूंढना गई। देख मेरी नजर आजा। अपनी मंजिल एक है यहाँ एक है वो एक है। हम सब भारतीय है हम सब भारतीय हैं, हम सब भारतीय हैं।
आप सभी का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Hi again. I hope everyone is having a good time so far. Can I see a yay or a nay? Splendid, splendid. Now let me tell you something even more exciting. And it goes like this. Look what we have overcome. Look how far we have come. Is exactly what the four of us have heard the bellas of Dear all, presenting before you Echo, the Western Music Society of Jesus and Mary College. The beauty of unity with Jason Derulo's amazing number, Colors. And if you know the lyrics to the song, sing along.
Oh, what a feeling. Look what we overcome. I'm gonna wave away my flag. Count all the reasons we are the champions. Ain't no turning back. Sing, oh, can't you taste the feeling? Feeling. Sing, oh, we all together singing. Look how far we've come now, 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 now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready. We still got a long way, but look how far we've come now, 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 now. Hands up, big colors. Ready the people, new day has just begun. I'll wear my colors on my back. Created equal, one reason that's human. Wait till we all see that. Say, oh, can't you taste the feeling? Feeling. Say, oh, we're all together singing. Look how far we've come now, 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 now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready. We still got a long way. Look how far we've come now, 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 now. Hands up, big colors. Look how far we've come now. There's beauty in the unity we found. I'm ready. We've still got a long way, but look how far we've come now, 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 now. Hands up for you guys. There's beauty in the unity we found. One hand, two hands, three colors, yeah. There's beauty in the unity we found. Show you two colors.
Thank you so much for that beautiful rendition. For the next performance, we have Ethnic 8, the society which represents the ethnicity and manifoldness of the vibrant Northeast, the land of 8 sisters.
हमारे उमंग और जोश को आगे बढ़ाते हुए अब हमारे सम्मुख हैं एथनिक 8 की छात्राएं।
Now, this is our naughty society, the aware goddesses of an unaware world, ever happening and very lively. Thank you so much for such an invigorating performance.
हिंदुस्तानी होना हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख और उस ईसाई होने से है। हिंदुस्तानी होना हिंदू मुस्लिम सिख और ईसाई होने से है। भारतीय होना सिंधी मराठी और गुजराती होने से भी है। पहचानों की विभिन्नता को जो समझे तो विविधता है। पहचानों की विभिन्नता को जो समझे तो विविधता है और जो ना समझे तो दो भागों की महज भिन्नता है। भारत की इन्हीं कुछ विविधताओं और उनकी सुंदरता में चार चांद लगाने आ रहे हैं तरन्नुम के सुरीले सदस्य, सेलिब्रेटिंग फ्रीडम यूनाइटेड बाय म्यूजिक के साथ।
जहाँ बच्चा रिश्ता नहीं, जहाँ कंचन जमुनासी, ये हो हम लोरा बेसा, अपन हो प्यारो बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, धर्मं शरणं गच्छामि, संघं शरणं गच्छामि, बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि, धर्मं शरणं गच्छामि, संघं शरणं गच्छामि। जब कोई दाक्षिण की लाश तब निकल चलोगे, जब कोई दाक्षिण की लाश तब निकल चलोगे, तो एकला चलो एकला चलो एकला चलो एकला चलो रे, तो एकला चलो एकला चलो एकला चलो एकला चलो रे, जब कोई दाक्षिण की लाश तब निकल चलोगे। सब जाने तो तेरे कहीं भीड़ करारी जाने दे, कर दुखे उपकार करे तोए, मन अभिमान ना वैष्णव जन तो तेरे कहे जे सकल लोकमा सहुने वंदन निंदा न करे बात काट और शीतल राखी धन धन जननी तेरी वैष्णव जन तो तेरे कही से पीर पराई जाने रे तमिरा तमिरा नाले नन्नाले तमिरा तमिरा नाडम नन्नाले तमिरा तमिरा नाले नन्नाले तमिरा तमिरा नाडम नन्नाले தமிழ்நாடு இல்லாமல் தமிழா தமிழா நாளே தமிழா தமிழா हंस दे बाहर चले आ जा तेरे तो ऐ वतन साडा हर जन्म कुर्बान तेरे तो जान तो वद सानू साडे तरखे मां हुण जिगर तो लिख चले बेटे तेरा सितारे बन के चमकांगे आसमां तेरे तुम ऐ वतन साडा हर जन्म कुर्बान तेरे ऐ वतन साडा हर जन्म कुर्बान तेरे तो ऐ वतन साडा हर जन्म कुर्बान तेरे तो
Thank you so much for this melodious performance. Art is a medium to express our emotions and thoughts without using words. Dance is one of the art forms that has been an important part of our cultural ethos and has evolved over the years. India has a great heritage of classical dance. Using the body as a medium of communication, the expression of dance is perhaps the most intricate and developed, yet easily understood art form.
नृत्यांजलि हमारे कॉलेज की भारतीय नृत्य की परंपरा को आगे बढ़ाए रखने का एक व्यापक मंच है। आज वे हम सब के सामने एक ऐसी प्रस्तुति के साथ आ रहे हैं जिसमें भारत की विभिन्न भाषाओं और नृत्य शैलियों को दर्शाया गया है। अब मैं नृत्यांजलि को आमंत्रित करती हूँ कि वो हम सभी को भारत की कला से रूबरू कराए। तो चलिए देखते हैं उनकी प्रस्तुति यूनाइटिंग कलर्स ऑफ एथनिसिटी।
যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে যদি তোর ডাক শুনে কেউ না আসে তবে একলা চলো রে তবে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে তবে একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো একলা চলো রে வென்று முகம் தொலைத்தேன் போலவே உன்னை கண்கள் தேடுது தொலைக்கைகள் இதயம் இதயம் துடிக்கின்றதே எங்கும் உன்னோடு பாசம் இல்லை ஆதலால் உங்களின் தேடினேன் தாய் மண்ணே வணக்கம் தாய் மண்ணே வணக்கம் தாய் மண்ணே வணக்கம் दुश्मन दी बात लिखने वैसे खोजी पुत कहोने दुश्मन दी बात लिखने भारत मां दे जाए साडे जिगरे ही सरमाए भारत मां दे जाए साडे जिगरे ही सरमाए साडी शान तरंगे साडी शान तरंगे भी मित्रो सब जिंद जान को प्यारी दुनिया दे हर एक कंडे ते सदा एक तिरंगा पारी दुनिया दे हर एक कंडे ते सदा एक तिरंगा पारी दुनिया दे हर एक कंडे ते वक्त पे भी हम न खोए हौसला दिल के साथ चलने का यूं कर ले फैसला तो मिलता जोश है तेरी खातिर चाहिए सरफरोश है ईद का जश्न हम मनाएंगे आसमां तिरंगा सजा है शान से सभी को बताएंगे जीत लेंगे ये सारा जहां तेरी गोद मेरा घर
नृत्य के माध्यम से आपने पूरे भारत से हमें रूबरू करा दिया। धन्यवाद इस खूबसूरत प्रस्तुति के लिए।
And not so willingly, but with this, we come to an end of this event. It was a splendid set of performance and presentations by all students. Heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Chief Guest, Justice Manju Goyal, our esteemed guest of honor, Captain Gursimran Kaur, our respected principal, Professor Sandra Joseph, respected faculty members and students for participating in today's event. This event could not have been possible without the collective efforts of the members of ECHO, NCC, WSC, Northeast Society, and the students from the Department of History, Psychology, and Political Science. I would also bring forth the efforts of Anne-Marie and Deepshika from Rityanjali, Ishita and Kiran from Tarannum for taking charge as the respective presidents and vice presidents of these societies. Thank you so much for your initiative to perform today. We are also grateful to Dr. Susan George, Dr. Richa Raj, Dr. Maya John, and Dr. Gurmeet Bakshi, who are the teacher conveners of ECHO, NCC, WSC, and Northeast Society, respectively. Special thanks to Dr. Tanu Parashar and Dr. Bipasha Rosie Lakra for providing the technical support for the event. Last but not the least, Dr. Anupama Srivastav, for ma'am's guidance throughout. Thank you so much.
एक बार फिर से आप सभी को भारत के 75वें स्वतंत्रता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। आजादी एक सफर है जिसके मायने हर दौर में बदलते हैं। दया रे इश्क में अपना मकाम पैदा कर, दया रे इश्क में अपना मकाम पैदा कर, नया जमाना नए सुबह शाम पैदा कर, नया जमाना नए सुबह शाम पैदा कर। अब मैं आप सबसे निवेदन करती हूँ कि कृपया राष्ट्रगान के लिए खड़े हो जाएं। I would now request you all to please rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा, द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा, विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा, उच्छल जलधि तरंगा। तब शुभ नामे जागे, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाही तब जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे, भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे, जय हे, जय हे, जय 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 हे।
जय हिंद,
जय हिंद,
जय हिंद,
जय हिंद,
जय
जय
हिंद,
हिंद,
जय हिंद।
जय
हिंद।
एक बार फिर से आप सभी को स्वतंत्रता दिवस की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, Dr. Anupama. That was a very good program. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sandra, for your all cooperation. Sushila Ramaswamy and Alka Marwa for consistent support.
All students and faculty too. Thanks to our guests. Thank you very much.
जय हिंद सारे एक साथ।
जय हिंद।
जय हिंद।
Screenshot, screenshot.
Can we have a screenshot?
I'll take, ma'am. I'll take. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I've taken.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
I think many of us they haven't unmuted. Sorry, switch on their videos. Dolly, Sister Rosalie, Indrakshi, Divya, Amrita Bhalla, please.
Sushmita ma'am is also
So we
here.
want to take one screenshot. I can see. Dr. Sandra चली गई क्या?
I think she's left.
Okay, okay. Okay, तो हम अपना लेते हैं. मैं रिकॉर्डिंग ऑफ करूँ पहले.